Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Rakiya. I just woke up, so pardon my voice. Today's Wednesday and I woke up feeling, well, for the past couple of days I've been feeling a little, how do you say, uninspired, sad, just not great. And to me, makeup has always been a way to make myself feel better because it's something I can control. Today, I just wanted to do my face. So yeah, a lot has been happening and it's one of those things where you don't know it's gonna come until it comes. Whether it be death or it be school related, work related, relationships, you don't know. But what I do know is makeup has always been there. Okay, so I'm gonna kill myself right now. How about calm down? So yes, makeup is my little thing that I just go to when I'm confused. Other than praying, it seems to be the only other thing I think I can honestly attribute any type of therapy to. Sit here and just talk about the losses, the big L's that we take in this life. And how sometimes it's like, I feel like some of these L's, I was telling somebody the other day, I was telling my best friend actually, and I was telling her, I was like, I feel like sometimes, when you don't understand a lesson, you say Allah Ya'lam, you have to believe there's a reason for something happening. Whether it's good or bad, right? When it's good, we don't really ask why it's happening. We tend to think it's because either we're blessed or because of our hard work, whatever reason that's why that's happening. But when something bad happens in our lives, when something that we can't necessarily bounce back from or recover or even process as easily, when that happens, we do ask why, right? We ask, why am I being tested this way, da-da-da. And so every time I've ever been faced with a lesson, I've always attributed it to Allah giving me a test. And that's been one of my best coping mechanisms in the face of hardship, where I genuinely have to make peace with the fact that this is my lesson, this is my test, and I will come out as I will. That has been one of the most effective ways for me to, be at peace with something, right? And not think about it too much. I feel like some of the lessons I'm being tested with right now, right, I've already been tested with, I've already been tested with school problems. I've already been tested with family problems. I've already been tested with relationship problems, and I feel like I have learned my lesson. And so I was genuinely confused why I was being faced with similar tests, and I was like, I don't understand. There's some things that you're going to face over and over again. For example, death, right? You're going to have people in your life or people that you know or people not in your life constantly passing, because death is always at our doorstep. Like, you can't avoid that. That is an inevitable of life. That's the only thing that's certain. You die. Those type of things, people, unfortunately, the more people that die in your life, the better you become at dealing with death. But there's some tests I just don't know why I keep facing, and the only conclusion that I can come to after talking to her and talking to myself was, you did not learn your lesson the first time. You did not change after the first time. We're going to go into my eyebrows, so I'm going to zoom you in. The only thing that made sense to me was that I must have not learned my lesson the way God intended, or I must have missed something the first time I was presented with this exam, with this test of life, And that's why it's showing up in my life again. That's why I'm being tested on this again. This time, have a different execution plan. Have a different way of dealing with it. Maybe it won't show up in your life again. Maybe it will. I don't know. The only way I can make myself make sense of it all is to genuinely think like that. It's to genuinely feel like, okay, the first time, the way I handled this was not proper, and therefore God has put this test in my life many years later. but put this test in my life again for a reason. So work with it, you know? And that's the conclusion I came to. And because that's the conclusion I came to now that I feel a little better, right? Knowing that I have like some sort of action plan, I guess. Now that I have this plan, right? Now that I have this understanding, I feel like, okay, the next plan, the next phase, right, for me is, how am I going to do this? What does it look like on a day-to-day? How much of my energy is going to be required? And so I woke up this morning, I went to bed last night with that understanding that I was going to have to just act like this isn't the same test I've seen before, go at it as if I've never seen it before, and execute this and take care of this the way that I think it should be taken care of. Obviously with proper advice from all the people I care about. Now, it's like, I wake up this morning and I'm like, where do we start? Where do we start, you know? And that is really another hard thing, is it's one thing to talk that talk, but it's a completely different situation to go ahead and walk that walk. It's just annoying because these are emotions that we don't deal with every day. These are emotions that are very situational and only get brought up, you know, when you're dealing with something so tragic or so serious. And not being familiar with these emotions really messes with you. Even if the camera wasn't on right now, I would still very much be asking myself the questions I'm asking right now. I'm gonna go ahead, put some concealer on. I'm really blessed enough to have enough people in my life where there's some that I can talk to serious stuff about, and there are some that I can talk to not so serious stuff about, but equally as important, you know? And I really hope that people have people that they can talk to every day in their life, because those loved ones will change your life, man. Sometimes it feels like when you say things out loud, right? When you do talk to those people, some things for some reason will just click that didn't click before. That's why it's worth saying these things out loud. Now I'm too bright. Oh, this is really making me angry. But definitely makeup helps, because you're focusing on something that's right there in the moment. You're focusing on getting that blend right, or making sure those eyebrows are close enough to being twins. That's why I run to it. That's why makeup is my favorite. Look at that blend. Oh, our forehead is looking great. Some people have the gym. Some people have shopping. And in order to have a therapeutic makeup session, you have to make sure that you're not being rushed. So that must mean you have nowhere to be, but somewhere to go. Does that make sense? Like somewhere you can show off this beat, but nowhere to be at a certain time. Because when you have to be at places like me right now, that kind of ruins the vibe, because you feel time is ticking in the back of your mind. But I don't care. I need this today, so. Usually though, I do my makeup when I really don't have plans in the next at least 3 hours. That way I can really just focus on things like this, because I'm blending, and I'm going to be blending for at least 20 minutes. I'm just kidding, maybe like 10 minutes on each side. Yeah, 20 minutes. Alright, now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and set our face. Okay. Alright. Another part about makeup therapy, it's not necessarily about the outcome. I know it sounds weird when I say that, but I genuinely believe that, like, I think there's a difference between, like, therapy makeup and going out makeup, for example. I'm more concerned about how proud I am of this work because of the whole control thing. I just go in with a basic brown, like I have Yodit here from the Zulu palette. Like, I'm just gonna go in with these browns, literally, like nothing major. Honestly, This is low-key turning out to be an accidental Valentine's Day look, which is not my intention at all. Trust me, it's not my intention. This is where the look took me, so. Honestly, I might not do lashes. This is not what I set out to do. This wasn't. Alright, let me go change. I'll be right back. Oh, you're dying. Okay, well. Alright guys, this is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I just put on a little brown. It looks pink on this thing, but it's not pink. I'm just gonna close out. The camera's dying, but I'm gonna close out with saying, you know, makeup is therapy and it's my outlet. And so whenever you guys are feeling down, figure out what your outlet is. Figure out if it's people, if it's physical activity, whatever it is. So you can, you know, keep it pushing with life. This life really demands a lot out of us, and sometimes we need to treat ourselves, and not in the material way, but genuinely just reflect, talk to ourselves, check in on ourselves, and check in on your friends, check in on your loved ones, tell them you love them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this very different video. It's just quiet, you know, it's how I'm feeling right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.